About 2 years ago, Oren and I started a long journey throughout the land of Israel, and we started working doing these pairs of synchronized moments from two different angles that we thought fractured some kind of unseen wall that's around photography endlessly, that there's always one truth and nothing around. And the second angle opened up another sphere, a liberating sphere that told a different story and obviously opened up the idea that there are endless spheres in any given moment.
This photo was taken on the beach of Tel Aviv in November, I believe. The composition is more or less telling the contrast and the mix between two societies, that mixing with the foreign workers coming from different states. We see this in Israel, we see this in Europe, we see this as part of the Arab revolution that's going on in the several last months, and we believe this story tells in two images.
Before the ending of this project, I actually photographed Anat Weiler, and we ended up having a meeting and showing her the material that we did here, and she sent us to Paris to do the same, to do a similar project with the same concept in the streets of Paris.
This was just before we started to see the 18th North section in the Sacre Care, and it was a nice couple just taking photos for the wedding, and they didn't understand why another two photographers taking the advantage of taking tens of pictures, just dancing around them. But we were able, and luckily enough, to catch an intimate moment.
While doing the project, we spoke a lot about Cartier-Brisson's decisive moment, and we always looked for an element in the image that would give a signature that it's precisely the same moment. We made sure by 1,000% that every little detail was correct. And here in these two images, as opposed to Tel Aviv, obviously the reality is much different, but the same basis of breaking composition in a manner which tells two completely different stories, and at the same time, each one adds to each story, was, I think, the goal of the whole work.
Once we started the idea of photography, synchronized moments, we started to talk about truth and what does it mean to see a single image, what is perception, and we feel this approach, this photography approach, reveals an interesting view looking on photography these days.